So I guess it's normal for everyone to feel nervous when giving the CC1. Well, I'm feeling nervous right now, but when I was first asked to give my CC1, I was kind of excited. Why? Because not only this was going to be my first speech in Toastmasters, but this was going to be about myself. And being the movie buff that I am, I tried to write it in Premium style. And being the superstar fan, I even tried Basha script with the Dawn flashback. But then I realized I was more of a Siripudan, not a Nirpudan. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. My name is Charan, and I'm a typical 90s kid that you see so often mentioned in memes. Born in 1996, I was immediately given the name Kannukutti by my family members. And most of my childhood days were spent playing street cricket and running away from the neighbor aunties who chase us because we hit the ball into our house. The first twist in my story came at the age of 3. This was the day when I was promoted from being a Kannukutti to a Erume. Because we got a new Kannukutti to the family. Yes, I got a younger sister. Now, I don't know what she learned from me, but I learned one thing from her. Never to argue with your younger siblings. I mean, our arguments usually go either of two ways. One, we argue, she makes a valid point, and I concede. Two, we argue, I make a valid point, she starts crying, my father interferes, and I'm made to concede. So that's how my childhood went. And how many of you are fans of fantasy series here? Yeah? Me, I'm a huge fan. I've read many novels, watched many movies, and all this when I was still a kid. And when I first watched Harry Potter, I actually entertained the fact that my owl might have messed up and that's why I wasn't admitted to Hogwarts. And when I first watched Star Wars, I tried to bring out my own Jedi powers. And in between this, I was searching for Narnia behind wardrobes. But no, I wasn't born a Jedi. I didn't find Narnia when I was 8. And I didn't get my Hogwarts letter when I was 11. But hey, I still have to turn 50 to Gandalf to take me on adventure. Still waiting for that. I mean, that's how crazy I was about fantasy stories. Coming to schooling, I spent 15 years in the same school, from kindergarten to +2. Chettinad Vidyashram. I didn't have any reason to change my school, so no. And as a middle school kid, I hated losing at anything. More than anything, I hated losing. Even while playing carrom board with my uncle, I insisted on starting the game with the coins stacked in one corner that was convenient to me, so that I can score easily. My uncle agreed to it, yeah, but my father saw this and said, you need to be taught to lose. And this led to the second twist of my story. My father thought teaching me chess was the way to teach me to lose, and it worked. I joined a chess class, and chess not only taught me to lose, but it taught me not to lose the same way twice. I have lost a great many games in chess. I've played many games, and including the first game I played in a tournament, I've lost many games. But now, I'm not afraid to face the defeat which I was earlier. So, that was the second twist to my story. Now, I draw a blank sometimes. Yeah, sorry. So, this was during mid-school. And cut to 2013, it was the most dreaded time for any high school student. It was the time when me and my batchmates were actually wishing the world had ended back in 2012 when we were supposed to. Yes, it was time for our board exams and JEE. I wasn't too optimistic, but I performed reasonably well and got into IIT Madras. That was the third twist to my story. The college gave me a whole new experience. While my participation in co-curricular activities was limited and scattered in my school days, college gave me a new view and a whole more opportunities. I became a part of the organizing committee of both my cultural and technical festivals. I started playing squash, and I was even elected a member of the hostel student council. And more than anything, I found a new passion for trekking. And Tada became our unofficial getaway spot for me and a few of my friends who shared the same passion. One thing led to another. I met a lot of new friends. And one such friend introduced me to Toastmasters, and here I am standing before you as a Kannukutti in communication, hoping to become a police someday with a few twists. Thank you. Over to you.